Hello, welcome to Back to Better, 50 Inspiring Thinkers in 50 Weeks, brought to you by THINKERS50 and Executive Networks. I'm Des Deal, co-founder of THINKERS50, the world's most reliable resource for identifying, ranking and sharing the leading management ideas of our age. Since 2001, we've been providing access to ideas with the power to make the world a better place. That mission has never seemed more pressing. We are living through strange times. You certainly don't need me to tell you about that. As our economies reboot and we try to get back to work and back to business, the world needs fresh thinking as never before. That's why we are delighted to be partnering with our friends and colleagues at Executive Networks to bring you something unique. Back to Better is a platform for knowledge sharing that will help prepare for forward-thinking organizations and their leaders to evolve and grow in the months to come. This is your chance to explore how you can adapt to the future of HR post-COVID. We want to inspire you to seize this moment to create a better future for you and your organization. And we're working with some of the brightest minds and best research universities to do that. Our guest today is Terence Mauri. Terence is founder of Hack Future Lab, a London-based think tank and a leading management thinker who inspires leaders to thrive in the age of disruption. Right now, there could be no greater disruption than this pandemic. But he argues that the disruptions are not going to stop with the end of the pandemic, that they're going to carry on. And it's kind of business as normal now. His research on leading through disruption has been published in The Economist, Forbes, The New York Times and Inc. And his new book, The 3D Leader, explains how to take your leadership to the next dimension by thinking bolder, choosing braver, and going beyond your current limits. And it's been described as a game changer by MIT. Terence was on the THINKERS50 radar list of 30 top new thinkers in the world in 2020, and he was shortlisted for the THINKERS50 Leadership Distinguished Achievement Award in 2019. Terence, welcome.
So here's the challenge, which I want to frame for you in terms of answering this fundamental question. How do you build an agile, resilient, and daring future? How do you not just return to work, but reimagine the DNA of your business? Mark Benioff at Salesforce, he says, reimagine your relevancy and make sure that's the top of your agenda and it's cascaded throughout your organization. How are you reimagining relevancy? Because the future arrives faster than ever before. So here's the challenge. 15 years ago, the mighty General Electric, 146-year-old company, inspired by Thomas Edison, the inventor, had a market capitalization of over $450 billion. It was the most valuable company on the planet. Novartis, a big pharma and life sciences organization. But like most businesses, it faces a number of disruptions on the horizon. Patent cliffs, cost pressures, competition, and many other industry threats. What Novartis wanted to do is get high ROI, not just return on investment, but return on intelligence. The imperative of the 20th century was about scaling efficiency. And let's face it, most organizations today still prioritize doing things right and building behaviors and mindsets and cultures around the efficiency rather than scaling intelligence, return on ideas, return on intelligence. Here we can see a real-life case study of what Novartis have done recently, which is a 1-month curiosity hackathon. They wanted to get high return on intelligence for 10,000 people, not just an innovation department. And so every day there are interactive and immersive events to scale curiosity. I define curiosity as the gap between what you know and what you want to know. And it's a key antidote for thriving in the age of disruption. Here's a question for you to think about. When's the last time you learned something for the first time? I believe that meaning is the new money. Why is it that today less than 5% of nations on the planet are led by women? And there are more CEOs with the name John, 17 at the last count, than women CEOs. Why is it that according to the United Nations, 2.7 billion workers on the planet are not engaged at work, and 1.7 billion people have mentally quit the job? And why is it that according to Endelman, the Trust Index, 58% of people believe that the business model today is broken, and around 20% of individuals would trust a stranger more than their own boss? I believe the answer is a crisis of why, a crisis of purpose. Think about it. We all know what we do. Hopefully, most of us know how we do it, but only a few of us know why we do what we do.